Hello, community. Welcome back to the Rise to Her podcast. How are you party people doing? This is my second time recording this podcast because the first time my mute button was on, guys. At this point, I just have to laugh. And I'm so grateful that I have implemented more of a system for these episodes because sometimes editing these podcasts takes hours, right? Even though it's, 25, 30 minutes, like it takes a really long time. And I hired someone onto my team. And so I'm just so grateful for that support because it allows me to then play, to not be so frustrated when these things undoubtedly will happen, right? We're in business. We do things, even if it was, in a 9 to 5 and something like that happened, what do you have to do? Well, you have to redo it. And so that's what I'm doing here. I'm redoing it. And I'm just really grateful for my podcast editor. So if you are listening, thank you. I'm just so grateful for you and really grateful for myself for reaching out and saying, okay, I do need that support. That is a skill that a lot of us, especially those of us conditioned as women, we're not told to do because we can't do it all. I know for me and for a lot of my clients, it feels like we're some type of failure when we need that support. So I want to remind you that there is that divine masculine, right, in all of us where we need support, safety, security, systems. And we need those things so that we can be creative, so that we can play and flow and have goodness in our life, in our business, instead of just trying to do it all from this wounded place of performing, of trying to keep it all together. Because that system, that patriarchal white supremacy colonialism system that tells us that, has always been built on the backs of other people doing things for them, right? Or keeping people so broke that they can't get support. So just think, if you're like, okay, I can't hire someone, what's one small thing that you can outsource or a different system that you can put into place? If you're like, Emily, I'm going to need way more help than that. Well, that's what my Inner Oracle program is. It's a one-on-one mentorship for business owners to refine the divine masculine, divine feminine energetics inside of their business and life so that they can dismantle the patriarchy. We go through a really awesome formula that is tried and true to help you see where you're operating within a broken system, and you continue to build inside of that. You get both system, both structure, learn how to connect with your guides. It's really awesome. If you're interested in that, I'll have a link in the show notes for you to reach out and express your interest. But it's been awesome. My clients have done incredible things, really grown their businesses, made progress, felt way more secure in themselves, not snapping at their kids, at their partner, because on Saturday they tried to take a day to hang out with the family, but they had so much to do that they just were miserable the whole time, or waking up before 9 a.m., gritting your teeth, immediately checking your email, right? We are going to dismantle that totally inside of Inner Oracle, where you get to be your own oracle, where you get to learn your desires, your spirit guides, create the systems and structures to live burn proof. Okay. So how is everyone doing? If you're new here, welcome. On Mondays, I do a energetic reading for the week where we learn how to work with the energies influencing us in the 3D, right? So I help you understand and work with the present energetic currents that are impacting and influencing the world around us so that you can show up in your business, show up in your career with less stress, more confidence, and kick burnout goodbye through learning how to work with the unseen so that you can create in the scene, the 3D reality and plane that we are existing in. And this week is a really cool topic because I've spent a lot of time recently outside. I had a 4-day backpacking trip. I'm rehabbing an injury from that. And we're headed out camping after this, which again, so grateful for my editor because I recorded this late in the week. And so I'm able to record it, get it to her, and she'll make the magic for you guys to come out on Monday. And where I live in the Pacific Northwest, we can either go to the beach or the mountains. And I always say I'm a better person when I'm outside, but that is because I have the tools. I know how to play outside. And that is a hint for what we're going to talk about this week. So let's get into it. Okay, community, this week we pulled the forest, right? If you're watching the video, you can see the card here on my screen. And I know what you're thinking when you look at this. Oh my gosh, That looks so peaceful. It looks so quiet. Oh my gosh. I wish I had time to just go sit under a tree somewhere, being totally unbothered, right? That's what we want the forest to mean, but that is not the energy of this card this week. The forest is also a place that people actively avoid going. I spend a lot of time in nature. I camp, I backpack, I hike. And there are a lot of people that I've seen, maybe they try to do those things and they truly want nothing to do with nature. And it's not because they don't appreciate the beauty of it, but it's really a requirement to get out of your comfort zone, to know that not everything's going to be exactly how you want it in your routine. And in nature, there's a lot of times we don't know what's coming. What's the weather going to do? We can't control it. Maybe something could happen and we're not going to have all the tools that we feel like we need to respond. And that's really uncomfortable. Releasing what you've cultivated at home. We've talked a lot about creating a ritual space. I've done workshops on healing the home, and that is beautiful to be able to land. We talked a lot in the shadow work portal and in the winter months about like creating a nest, a place to cultivate rest. We're in the summer months. We're playing, we're outside. Things are really loud. The energy is supportive of us creating, of us doing, of us spending more time outside. So of course this card comes up. And the energy here is being able to be uncomfortable. Can you sit with the discomfort? And I'm not surprised that this reading came up now, because last week's reading where we talked about the gym and everything that came through with the 2 full moons that we had in May, where the full blue moon, right, was talking about working with the discomfort. And now we have this. There's a through line here about doing the thing that scares the shit out of you. And that is the path to magic, to stress being reduced, to being able to say, oh my God, I love this life. For those of us inside of Rooted, my seasonal living membership, we're spending this summer inside of the portal of joy. We're doing the brain rewiring work, the energetic work, all of it to open ourselves up to real creativity, to divine inspiration and possibility. But to do that, it requires you to take action that terrifies you, to get out of your comfort zone. And there's no version of us that gets to skip that part. We have to upgrade the system. The forest and the wild unknown archetype is also a mythical place. It is a place of possibility. It is also a place where your old familiar path, that thing you've been doing, it's going to run out. The trail's ending here. And when the trail runs out, you're going to have to figure out which way you're going and figure it out as you're going. Kim Kranz, the creator of this deck, calls it the pathless path. And most of you, I know I do, know exactly what this feels like, because entrepreneur often feels like a pathless path. Deciding to build something that actually matters to you, something that contributes to a more well world. That is a pathless path. Whether you have created an incredible winery like my friend here in Oregon City has, that's women owned, that supports the community, or another friend who owns a luxury nail salon that has period leave, that does things differently, that trains differently, or a friend and client who has a luxury tech company with a heart for philanthropy, right? No one's giving them the map to create those things. You have to walk in and find your way. So the first step with this card is being willing to take the path, to walk into the forest, the path unknown. So when you're in there, there's something you need to watch out for once you're in the forest. And that is, there are tricksters in the forest, illusions that look like what you want. A lot of people here get fixated on money when they hit this place. And this is not me saying, oh, money doesn't matter. It's not real. Well, it matters in the 3D. And anyone who tells you otherwise is bullshit, and they're not playing the game in a way that's supportive, okay? But when a money obsession takes over, what's really happening underneath that is fear. I just need this to feel safe. I mean, that's just one example, but the tricksters are really good at making fear look like clarity. Oh, this is exactly what I need to do because I need to feel safe. And what actually opens up the path, instead of getting disillusioned with all the tricksters, What allows you to see the different options available for you is learning how to release enough to play. They say, Emily, what does play have anything to do with building a business and entrepreneurship where we have to work hard? Baby, it has everything to do with it. Because alongside of the tricksters, there's also glimmers, signs, synchronicities, the right person that's showing up in your life, the unexpected opportunity, that conversation that just came at the exact time that you needed it, that felt like the signal, because the universe is genuinely communicating with you all the freaking time. And working inside the portal of joy is about getting your mind to open enough that you can see it, so that you're not just walking, staring at the ground, thinking, how do I get out of this? I'm just so uncomfortable. You're able to look out at the path. Let the light show you where to go. And that takes a lot of bravery. It takes consciously choosing to stay in the path, to stay in the density, instead of retreating back to what is safe, to what's familiar. If you've been listening to this podcast and thinking, this is exactly how I want to run my business, that is your sign to go deeper. Rooted is my monthly membership for entrepreneurs and leaders who are done running their business and their career on empty. Inside, we work with energetic patterns of each season, pull the archetypes, read what's moving, and use all of it to make clearer decisions, reduce the stress that's been quietly draining you, and build towards your vision in a way that actually feels like you and feels deeply connected to source and spirit. Most of us have spent years mastering the strategy and performing really high, the plans, the goals, the hustle. Rooted is the other half. It is the part that makes the strategy work without costing you everything. It's $27 a month and you can try it free for 7 days. Go to risetoher.com/rooted or click the link in the show notes. Come get rooted with us. I'll see you inside. And so when this energy of the forest, of playing in the forest, is out of balance in us, we feel like we need to hide. We feel like we have to continually protect our vision, what we want to create. We don't want to be seen yet. Oh, I need to do this instead. Oh, I'm not there yet, right? You don't want to be seen. You don't want to take that next step. There's a contraction in your energy. Versus when it's in balance, it's the opposite, right? It's play, it's curiosity, it's a childlike energy where you get to genuinely be excited to see what's around the next turn. Oh, I wonder what that's going to feel like, right? That's what this card is asking you to move towards this week. Play, possibility, looking up, seeing what's around you, being able to appreciate it, learning to read the signs and signals as you figure out your own path, the pathless path. Now, there's 2 archetypes that are coming along with this forest that have shown up, and that is the crone and the hunter. The crone is the wise woman, the medicine woman. She's the part of you that deeply already knows, like that knowing, that clear cognizance of, I just know. She's not asking for permission to live her life a certain way. She's not over-explaining herself. She doesn't second guess that knowing because she's been through enough to trust herself completely. And the crone in the context of the forest is saying she already knows how to move through it. She knows how to read the signs. She knows how to trust what she sees. She doesn't need the path to be lit up all the way to the end before she's able to take that first step. Because she's learned to trust her gut. She's learned to read the signs, right? If you were given a map but have no idea how to read it, well, that would be a really shitty map and you would be F out of luck. But that's why learning how to read these things, learning how to work with this energy this way, embracing the crone of the medicine woman of the know, of knowing what is next. And that doesn't mean it's going to be a logical step. It's just, I feel pulled towards this way. Beautiful, take it. That part of you also exists. You have her. She is the part of you that already knows what you're supposed to do this week. The part of you that knew before you even listened to this. But you listened to this and now it's sparking things inside of you. Take the step. Now the hunter is the other energy in the room with us right now. We just came off of the Sagittarius full moon at the end of May, which is the hunter's moon, the archer. And the image that I got really viscerally as I was doing the intuitive reading for this is coming back to the bow pulled all the way back, because that's where a lot of us are sitting right now. We've done the work. We've built the vision. We have a clear thing of this is what I want. We've held the tension for a long time. We're holding it back. We're squeezing, right? And the hunter's message here is just to let it go. Release the arrow. Stop holding on to it. Stop trying to get your aim so perfectly, because you're never going to hit it and the target's going to move. And together, these two archetypes are telling you something that is, you have the wisdom to know what to do. That's the crone, okay? And you have everything you need to do it right now. That's the hunter. The forest is right in front of you. The only thing you are left with is to walk in. Are you going to walk in? So that is the energy that is present for us this week. And now I'm going to tell you how to work with the forest this week inside of your business, inside of your life. Well, the first, we have a tangible action that you can take. What is one thing you keep almost doing? Just one thing right now. And it's probably what's in front of your head, or like, oh God, I don't want to do that, right? It's an email you need to send, something about a post. Maybe it's a writing submission, an offer that you've been thinking about doing, a workshop that you've been thinking about offering, a structure inside of your business that you want to rework, right? You're being invited to do that this week. Not like, oh, it needs to be perfect, but the forest is saying, just take a step. And when the tricksters show up, and they will, I want you to write them down. It's going to sound like, well, I need to figure out the strategy a little bit better first. I'll do it once I have a little more energy and things slow down. Write what the tricksters are saying, what the illusions of control are saying. Get it on paper so that you can stop living inside of a story, right? Because that is a story. It doesn't matter. What we're doing is trying to create an energetic current of flow instead of feeling like we're out of control. This is play. This is possibility. Okay? Second, after the tangible action, is the ritual. I want you to go outside. I want you to find somewhere in nature. It could be your backyard. It could be a trail. It could be a park. And either go without your phone or put it on airplane mode. And I want you to sit in that spot for 10 minutes. And we're not meditating here. But I want your eyes to go soft. And I want you to start looking around. Notice what is around you. Colors, sounds, something moving. That is you practicing receiving the glimmer, practicing receiving inspiration, a possibility, the beautiful life around you. Oh my God. We are in the season for that, right? We are in the summer energy. We have the summer solstice coming up this month. We have all of this magic available to us, working with the wheel of the year, about playing with possibility. So go outside, be there. It's not all about putting your head down and grinding, right? There is hard work in that. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to be someone that's like, oh, you just need to feel at ease all the time. No, we know how to do the hard work, right? But when we know how to do the hard work and we feel really joyful about it, oh my God, it makes it so much better. And that dismantles that patriarchy, that dismantles the system that makes you feel like shit, right? That makes you burn out, that burned the witches hundreds and hundreds of years ago, and that has continued burning our power over and over and over again because we're disconnected. And this matters beyond just the spiritual piece, because, I love the spiritual, but I am a clinical researcher by training. Because when you're stressed, your vision actually narrows, right? Your brain becomes in survival mode. And so you actually stop perceiving what is around you. And when you get outside and start paying attention, creating this mindfulness, you're able to let your body settle. And that allows you to have your full perception back. Because you can't see the signs, the synchronicities, the conversations when you're trying to catch up before 9 a.m. When you're waking up, already looking at your email and creating this stress response, right? The ritual is how you're going to get your eyes to open again to the possibility, to the play. If this is something that you want to learn how to take deeper and do it inside of a real community, that's what Rooted is. Seasonal living, energetic mastery. The portal of joy is open all summer long. It's just $27 a month. You can cancel anytime. You can start with a free trial at risetoher.com/rooted. Because when you're able to take these spiritual concepts, these energetic readings, and apply it inside of your business and career, You dismantle the structure. You dismantle the system that is meant to keep you so fucking stressed out. I hope you guys have a great week. Enjoy, be in the sun, and trust yourself. Play in the forest, look up, see what's going on. I know it can be really, really scary, but it's just about taking the step forward. Thanks for being here. Hope you have a great week. I'm going to get going, go to camp, enjoy the beach, hang out with my dogs, my beautiful wife. Oh, before I go, if you like this episode and you enjoyed it, would you consider giving us a 5-star rating wherever you're listening? If you're watching on YouTube, if you can give us a follow, leave us a comment, share us on your Instagram stories, tag us. That really, really helps. Doesn't cost you a dime, but it gets the word out. It helps share. It lets us know what you're liking. That would be amazing. It's a really awesome way to support the podcast without having to spend anything. Now I'll let you go. Bye for now. Thank you so much for being here, for listening, reflecting, and rising into more of who you really are. If this episode sparked something inside of you or reminded you you're not alone, then you're exactly where you're meant to be. To keep the conversation going, come hang out with me on Instagram @rise2her. I always love hearing what's resonating for you. And if you're craving a space to explore intuitive, soul-led living with others who get it, our community is growing and you're always welcome. Until next time, trust yourself, honor your rhythm, and keep rising.